Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today I have a new melody trick for you. You can use this on chords, melody, and your background sounds. So this is going to modernize your melody. This is how you take your sound from beginner to pro very fast using 3 of the best plugins, in my opinion, in FL Studio for melody. Now, people are using them in a very simple way. I'm going to show you an even simpler way, but get the pro level sound out of simplicity. So we're going to hop inside of FL Studio 20. I'm on the Razer Blade. This is the 15-inch performance laptop. And let's hop inside of FL Studio 20. All right, so we're in FL Studio 20, and we got Grow Speed open. Now, the first step is to go right-click on your presets here to pull up like menus, and then click on Momentary. That's the menu you want to choose from. Then click on Half Speed. Now, most producers, they just leave it on half speed, and they don't change anything. They just leave it on half speed. But pro producers, they blend the effects. And this is what I'm going to show you here. So you want to click on the mixer icon up here, go to Grow Speed, this little knob right here, this little turny thing, right click, go to Create Automation Clip. And what it will look like, if you go back to your playlist, this button up here, it'll look like this bar going across your screen. So all I did was I right clicked points in, these are called nodes, and I'm on my snap to grids on bar, so it's nice and even. So the snap to grids right here, the little green magnet, and you right click points in until it lines up with your melody. So what I did was I turned it off. So at the bottom, if it goes to the bottom in this case, it's 0%, and it slowly goes up to 100%, and then it's on. So it's off, and then it starts slowly turning on, and then it's on. So most producers just turn it off and on, and that's it. They don't think about blending the two, but that's how you get the most out of Grow Speed. So let's go back to Grow Speed, and let's listen to the melody just with Grow Speed on it, and that blending automation technique. So again, the pros, they blend effects. They don't just slam one effect over everything. Not all the time.
Busy.
Okay, so that's the first effect. Now we're going to move into the second effect. Now you're like, Fruity Delay 3, why would you ever use Fruity Delay 3? I'm going to show you a very high level way to use Fruity Delay 3 in a whole different way, to where it's not even a delay anymore. So the first step is turn off the dry knob. In this case, since I combined all my melodies into one, I'm going to turn off the dry effect, which leaves only the effect. Turn on your wet knob, turn it all the way up. Now turn your feedback level and your delay time down. That makes every other knob an effect. So what I'm going to do in this case is use time modulation and just left click and drag this up. This creates a wobble effect. You can mess with the sample rate and do a bunch of cool stuff with that to get that video game sound for hyperpop.
Busy.
So I'm just going to show you what it sounds like. So you hear that kind of edgy sound. Creates creative artifacts. Then you can use the filter if it's too much high end. You can just pull the cutoff down using a low pass filter. I'm gonna pull back this effect a little bit. So it's super subtle, but when the melody kind of wobbles like that, it pulls people's ear in. It's something about pitch bending that grips people's ear. So it makes it less stagnant, and it makes it, more of a flowing process. You can even try it over your entire master track. Sometimes it makes my track sound way cooler, even on bass and drums. So that's a little secret. Now the last one here is extra secret. The reason I like it is because it sounds very polished, and this is the frequency splitter, but I'm not using it like a frequency splitter. So in the frequency splitter, let's turn it on. And where we at here? So the frequency splitter it separates frequencies to keep it simple. What I have it on is low. So this means we can only hear the low frequencies of this track.
Busy.
So you can't hear anything right now because there's no low frequencies. But what I want to do is move this knob right here and then left click on this to turn it on and turn these off.
Busy.
So if you turn these on, you can hear the other sounds.
Busy.
But if I turn it off, you can't hear those sounds from my melody. And so what I want it to do is kind of create like a Drake effect in this case. So I'm going to turn it on low, and then I'm going to move the frequency knob slowly over time. So what you do is you right click on that frequency knob, you create an automation clip, and then you can right click on the mix level and turn it on and off whenever you want. So that's, again, pros, they mix things together. So let's tell it to be on and off. So the mix level is the on and off button. Let's just turn it off until the very end where we want it to be on. Okay, so it's like a fader and a light switch, a dimmer. And then the frequency automation is going to tell it how much stuff is going to get cut out. So in this case, I'm going to move that around so we can just hear the effect. So let me solo just this section. And now all these combined equals a really cool effect. So it's all these things combined that create the really cool effect.
Busy.
So now we have everything combined. We have a really unique sound that you can't really get inside of just one plugin.
Busy.
All right, so those are the keys to the kingdom. Those are your 3 effects you can use to make any melody and chord progression sound super modern and super unique. Again, we're in FL Studio 20, and I'm using the Razer Blade. This is the 15-inch performance laptop. So those are the stock plugins you can use right inside of FL Studio 20. Thanks for watching today. Game from BusyWorksBeats.com.